What's up, y'all? It's Truth Tiger, and I'm going to talk about 111 and my experiences seeing 111, and I'm going to make some symbolic correlations and talk about the symbolism behind number one itself. So, yeah, let's get started. So, for me, my personal stories and anecdotes involving seeing 111. I remember I moved into an apartment and it was the address was 111, and then I was in apartment number 11. So one's all over the place, and I had just improved my living situation. I was living with roommates and other people and things like that, and I really needed to get a place to myself. And I completely not even paying attention, just totally kind of at random selected this apartment. And it wasn't until months and months and months later that I was like, oh my gosh, this is apartment number 111. Dang. And I remember there was some stuff I was just really struggling with, things I was feeling depressed about, and I was just feeling lost, and I just didn't know the way. And then all of a sudden, I start seeing it on all these bus stops and stuff like that, and I'm like, whoa. And I've been seeing it like crazy ever since. I've taken a bunch of screenshots and things like that. I can maybe make a video sharing that later, but I might just make a community post with some of the good ones. But I'm seeing this almost daily, just everywhere, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is crazy, and it really symbolized, it really like mapped up to certain turning points in my life, in ways that just were not random at all, in ways that were just like, whoa, and it wasn't just kind of an at random cute kind of, oh, there's a repeating number, that, oh, that's cute, that's nice. Like it really lined up to certain times in my life, and those times were like I had to get out, I had to establish myself, I had to begin, I had to start my journey. And I'm going to build a little bit of a bridge here over to the symbolism, and I'm going to talk more about my personal experience, but I'm going to talk a little bit more about what that represented to me personally, and build a bridge to the symbolism using that. And to me, this was about like base level strength. This was about my base level roots. I think about like a tree trunk, like this was, I think about having my legs underneath me, the one is like the first step. The one is like our roots. It's like the ground underneath us, yeah, so I really think about the one as like being strong, being tough, enduring, surviving, pushing through, having, overcoming your fears, being courageous. The number one, it's like that first step of strength you have to take. And that first step is like the hardest step possible. And it's very hard, and you're beat up, you're not doing well, you're feeling sorry for yourself, you're having a tough time. At least that's how I felt, and it's just like I have to push through anyways. It's that core baseline strength to just be able to stand up on our own and be hard and be tough. And I do think of 111 as maybe more of a masculine thing. And if you're a woman watching this all still applies to you. You do still have a masculine part to yourself, and being strong and tough and taking that first step is necessary. But this really is like, I think about the movie Shawshank Redemption, and I think about that pipe that the guy has to crawl through, the sewage pipe, to escape the prison. Like that's kind of what 111 is. Like it's kind of gnarly. It's like you're gonna have to go in the gladiatorial arena and fight some guy named Bone Crusher, and you're gonna have to win. That's what 111 is. It's taking that hard first step, like getting away from the narcissists, beginning your spiritual journey. getting it started, like just getting onto your feet, and it is that is kind of the toughest part, and I do believe it represents kind of starting our spiritual journey and getting past zero, and really it's like the core roots of ourself. That's what the one is, and I'm going to talk about chakras a little bit, and people might feel certain ways about it. Maybe some people don't like the chakras. Maybe they think it's not good with God or good with the Bible. I'm more of a viewpoint that the Bible talks about, the loins and the heart and the mind and all that type of stuff. So I think it's in there, and I think it's part of, it's just kind of part of the wisdom of things, and it's not something that I worship, or it's not something that I make any kind of like a weird thing about, but that does kind of map to what they call like the root chakra, like our very roots, just the very, it's like our muscles and our bones and our base strength and our, it's like being hard as a rock. It's like being tough, so yeah, I mean, sorry about the chakras if that's a little too kind of hokey pokey for some people, but I had to put that in, it's a good it lines up very very well with that, those two things click in very well, so I had to make that connection. Yeah, and like that's what the one is, and like when you look at the Old Testament, God says like God is one. It's this very baseline, like I am God, I am because I am, that's what God says to Moses. And a one is like also a candlestick. That's just maybe more of a feminine way to look at the one. It's like a candlestick that's lit. It's that kind of first light, And I really think of the one as like the spark, it's that first spark you need to kind of light the fire, and there's a lot of stuff. Like a one is like a tree trunk, I said that before, but a one is like a pillar, Um, a one is just like, if you look at what it symbolizes beginnings, it symbolizes strength, it symbolizes like having, the ability to just take that first step forward. And Yeah, so if you're seeing 111, I really believe it's about you having taken your first step and moving forward and taking care of the basics and doing those root day one simple, first step type of things, So yeah, I think I'm going to end it there. But yeah, comment below if you're seeing 111. And if you have any different interpretations, just let me know. I'm not going to say that I know all this exactly, but I really do try to look at, the symbology of the number and all that. And real quick before we go, like a number is not just like a symbol, it symbolizes something, and that symbol means something. Um, and actually, I know this is a little out of order here, and I'm kind of giving you something at the end. Sorry, my thoughts are a bit jumbled, but I'm actually going to give you one more symbolism for the one before we go. And the one maps to the Aleph in Hebrew and the Alpha in Greek. And both of those symbolize the ox. And the ox is this tough baseline strength. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to be tough. I'm going to fight, sort of thing. So we see that archetype of the basic beginning of being strong, of being tough, of that first spark, in both Hebrew and Greek. So yeah, sorry about being a little bit jumbled with this, but I think I'm gonna end it here. And yeah, God bless everybody, and yeah, have a good one.